We're going live. We're live. We're live now.
You Dizzy.
Okay.
I know you're in there.
All right.
You Dizzy. I know you're in there.
Oh, do you now?
So I gotta get a beer.
Okay.
All right. And Pat's got an old microwave too.
In case you all don't know, welcome to the Tom Noble Show, live from Las Vegas.
Wet Las Vegas. We had hail this morning and snow this morning, and it's raining again.
Yep. My friends were talking about that earlier today. My friend Bradley Height.
Oh, my camera's not turning because I'm on YouTube.
My friend Bradley Height is a YouTuber, and he lives in Las Vegas. He gave us a weather report hours ago.
Here's the weather report.
So you know it was hailing and snowing earlier.
I knew it was snowing. I didn't know it was hailing.
I'm up what they call the Summerlin area of Las Vegas, and that's up in the foothills of the Spring Mountain Range. So we get a lot of weird weather than the rest of the valley is because we are so close to the mountains. But yeah, Pat kept texting me this morning since I got a new barbecue. I was out looking at it in a smoker, and he was texting me this morning. Hey, did you look outside? And I said, Pat, I'm standing underneath the patio cover. He goes, yeah, it's freaking hailing. And then it was snowing.
You're having the whole
It was warm enough where it didn't stick. So that was a good thing.
So you had 3 of the 4 seasons in a day.
Yeah, in a day.
We've had that happen. If you don't like it, it'll change in 15 minutes.
Oh, yeah. But they say the biggest part of the storm is coming in right now. It's supposed to start at 1 o'clock. Here, I'll open the garage.
Comments.
Too bad. Too bad it's 4.
That's 1 here, a little after. The sun's out now.
Well, there goes spring. You've had winter. We're live. The notification just went up.
Yeah. So
No, it's been up. Oh, on my side, it's been up.
It just popped up on me.
Anthony, how you doing, bud?
Anthony, buddy.
Anthony, what's going on?
I got my icons in order today.
David, can you give me the link in the chat?
It's in there.
Okay, thank you.
It's in there.
All right.
Remember the advertisement for the ragu? It's in there.
So we'll go back to the other camera angle because I'm up there all the time for the chat anyway. Might as well look up there talking. So yeah. So yeah, see, I'm closer now. I can read the chat on the screen.
Oh yeah.
Just got done on a brake job. Cool. I'm waiting for weather to warm up. Before we go painting anything or spraying anything. I did work around. I have been working around the shop. We've done a few things. We fixed a shelf over there, and I've got some of these flashlight holders and hung up my flashlights. So I've been cleaning up to get the bench clean because I know I'm going to be needing the bench for when we start spraying the lizard skin on the car. So.
Isn't that a sexual innuendo?
No, that depends.
Spraying the lizard skin.
Spraying the lizard skin. You could say it's a sexual.
I think it was back in the 80s.
Huh?
I think it was back in the 80s, early 90s.
Yeah. Lizard skin. So, what's going on, Cap? What have you been up to?
Scully things.
Okay. All right. Well, I want to sit there and wonder. I wonder if I go to Amazon and just look up microwave motors, if they have just the motor in there. Pat's got an old microwave, but I don't know what's wrong with it. And those things are going to be really pancake too. So that'll be cool. You sit there and start looking at motors and they sit there and tell you, well, let's see, revolutions are 5 minutes. And then you're looking at the shaft going, oh, that's spinning really fast. You know, it's something down to where it's a revolution like about 2 every minute or 3 every minute.
Yeah, because the voltage will be much lower.
Yeah, and then you don't want it, I mean, you don't want to go in, like your windshield wipers going, poof, poof. You don't want to go in like this.
The motor is probably 120 and the car is 12, so who knows if it'll work at all.
No,
But a lot of these newer appliances, the voltage is one time the incoming voltage, but the components can be different voltages.
Hey, Gemma.
You can sit there and you can change it and get a transformer and change it. It's no biggie.
Or just put a resistor in line with it.
Yeah. Oh, here's Anthony. So yeah, I don't know. So, hey, Anthony.
Hey, what's going on?
Anthony, what's up?
Oh man, I'm gonna tell you what. I had to relearn my brakes. Well, you know, my truck originally was 300 horsepower stock. I got it up to 8, and of course, I still had the original braking system on it, which was okay, but for that extra oomph, not so good. So I bought the slotted and drilled, you know, rotors, and I bought carbon ceramic pads and all that put on it. And just say when you hit them, it ain't like it used to be, okay? And they're about 2, and the rotors are about 2 inches bigger, you know.
Yeah.
Instead of a single piston caliper, I have triple piston caliper.
So now you stop, you say.
Yeah, if I hit my brakes, all you're gonna hear is yeah. The first one kind of threw me off because I was used to the kind of, you know, half spongy, you know, come on baby, stop. And when I didn't even get a half of that push, and the front end went.
Now you know. That's one way to learn.
Yeah. That's like my dad put air brakes on his car when he was a kid, and he didn't tell his buddy. And his buddy wanted to borrow his car, and he said sure, and he didn't say a word to him. Guy took off and came back 5 minutes later, and his front lip was all bleeding.
Yeah, because he smacked the steering wheel.
Get the brakes.
Now look, I'm gonna show y'all what I dug off the back fence today, man. And I'm gonna get the smallest one in here.
Okay, I'm gonna present it to you.
Look at the size of them blackberries.
Oh my goodness. Oh gosh, they look good.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That looks good.
Let me see. I didn't get to see. I was looking at something else. Let me see.
Oh,
hold on.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Good.
You know, where there are blackberries, there are snakes.
Oh yeah. Well, we eat them too, so that's okay.
My grandmother, when I was little, wouldn't let me go with them to pick blackberries because of the copperheads.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Copperheads are bad, especially blackberry.
She had them bad. There were certain places in the yard we weren't allowed to go because of the copperheads. They built a nest in my behind my aunt's house, and one of them got in her house. It was a real small town, so you know how you dealt with a copperhead. You called the sheriff.
Yeah, the sheriff came out with
I
a
was sitting
shotgun.
down there watching TV, and they said quiet. Came down there and
Or
quietly.
like my dad, you get a shovel and behead it and holler at Junior, go get a wire hanger. We rotisserie in this sucker.
They said,
Well, Anthony, there's not too much in Louisiana. You guys don't eat.
No, I know. I know.
So,
Yeah.
so yeah.
"There's nothing like a big, juicy blackberry."
Oh, I know.
I
And
get
they- and
them from my grocery delivery place, and some of them are like almost
Yeah.
like half the size of a golf ball or some damn thing. I'm like,
Yeah.
holy crap!
They were
These are
grown in a
great.
greenhouse. They were greenhouse or
Yeah.
Mexico.
And some of them are the size of my R2D2.
Yeah. That's the ones that grow in the hot houses.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. They pretty much grow all year long. We got a few around here like that. I have
Oh,
a
yeah, I
small
can get
one.
them all year long.
Yeah, I have a small one out there that I do cucumbers and tomatoes because I
You
always
don't
like
hear a lot of guys say that.
What?
I have a small one.
Oh, no.
And they do cucumbers, and they do cucumbers.
Okay. Sexual innuendo day, is it?
Well, we're waiting for Johnny Five to come up. We need him.
Johnny Five.
Well, we were talking about greenhouses. We need him to talk about his greenhouse.
He grows elderberries.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
No?
No, it's got to be junipers.
I like elderberries now. I love elderberries now.
Dad had a story for getting drunk on elderberry wine.
Yeah,
Oh.
I heard that. Do you remember that song?
Yeah, but see, it's a healthy mess up though.
Do they even grow around here? Elderberries.
Well, the good news for me is Sunday night, I'm going to have granddaughters here.
Oh yeah.
And I go to the airport and pick all the girls up. T-Dub's staying at home because he's got work to do. I'm picking them all up at 10:30 at night, Sunday night. And then they're staying till next Friday.
Oh, okay.
How nice.
So,
Oh yeah.
and they're staying here at the house. And screw the phone call. I don't know who the hell you are. And that's it.
Now I might get one call. It might be my ride to the church breakfast tomorrow, which you all are welcome to come to.
Well, Nancy and I
We're
we're one of the few people on the planet that still have a landline.
I know people that have landlines. I don't have one.
I don't have one anymore.
Yeah, we're one of the few people on the planet that still have a landline.
It was a waste of money for me to have a landline, and it was a waste of money for me to have cable.
Well, I got rid of the landline when Debbie died because she wanted a landline, and she had the landline, and I had the cell number, so we could both keep in touch with each
Here's
other.
a line, and I'll get a pole, honey.
Yeah.
23 years ago, these weren't invented, so it was landline, and we kept it the same number.
They were invented, they weren't in the hands of the consumers. They were very cumbersome.
I still remember my wife paging me, and I had to run and find a payphone and call her back.
Try to find a payphone now.
Oh yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
Maybe at an airport.
Actually, I haven't seen them at airports.
Oh, our airport has them, but the only thing is you better have a credit card or you ain't making a phone call.
They have one in the bus station here.
I was thinking more of a bus station or train station.
Yeah, they got a payphone in the bus station, at least one that I know of.
Yeah.
And you still can call 911 direct
For free.
dial to get.
That's
Yeah.
any phone. Even a dead cell phone, you can still dial 911.
Yeah. Yeah.
I dialed 911 a long time ago.
But in our bus station, train station, you don't need to dial 911. They have constant security there. They'll take care of everything, you know.
Yeah.
All you do is find a security guard. They'll take care of it.
Unless you're hollering for help and the security guards want
No,
to
you don't holler help, you holler fire.
That's the only time you don't get help.
Don't holler help, holler fire.
No, that's
Hot
what I'm saying.
subject.
Yeah.
So just pull the fire alarm, because the police always come to the fire alarm.
Yeah, you can do that. Fire alarm connected to the police department.
Hey, Gemma.
Come and check it out.
Hey, Gemma.
I'm not sure if she's even still here.
Oh, okay. I was just saying hi because I just looked over. I just popped chat up and like, oh, she realized.
No,
You know, the fire department's usually the first to respond anyway. The police get there after the fire truck gets there.
but the police always come.
They
Hey,
come. They
let
come.
me tell you.
There was a block over.
Yeah.
A block over, there was a guy, and rumor has it, now this is rumor in the neighborhood, so you know what neighborhood rumors go by, is that his house was full of stolen property. And so the cops were there, and not one cop, but there were probably, at the time, there were 5 squad cars there, 2 detective cars, and 1 evidence truck.
Yeah, I know when I
And they emptied his house. And then when they got done emptying his house, they called Republic Services, which is our trash company, and had a big dumpster put in front of his house. And then they threw everything else out of the house to where the house now is completely empty and had the dumpster haul away.
Oh, you know why? Because they seized that place.
Yeah.
They seized it.
Yeah.
Which
Nice,
the cops
nice,
can do.
nice. It's a nice 1,300 square foot single story house. I don't know. They were built back in '97.
Well, when that's all over with, you'll have new neighbors. Somebody will live there.
Sounds like a nice little 4-bedroom ranch.
Yeah, it is. 3
Yeah.
bedroom ranch. 3 bedroom, 2 full baths.
Oh, 2 baths. That's why. Okay.
And all
I'm
that
thinking
1,300.
1,300 square feet.
1,300. That's a
Yeah, about 13,
small
almost
4-bedroom house.
close to 1,400 square feet.
Damn.
What do they want for it? Are they renting it?
I don't know. These places, when they were built back in '97, were really, really reasonable.
Yeah.
This house is just a shade over 2,400 square feet. You can say it's a 5-bedroom, 3 full baths, and when we got it, no extras put into it, and every base price was $147.
So, Tom, how are the rents out there?
Hi.
The rent, Pat is down the street, 5 doors down from me. He's in the smaller model of this house, which is, let's see, hold on. It's a powder room on the first floor, TV room, living room, kitchen. I'm thinking upstairs, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, and then a master bathroom in the.
Yeah. Okay, that's all
He
nice. But
wants to
what's
know
the
the
price?
rent. What's the price?
He's paying $1,000 a month.
He is?
Yeah.
I'm moving to Vegas.
Right? What the
Yeah.
hell?
It's going to be
No,
$700, $650 a month for 1
My
bed.
model, which is my model, they're renting it for, I think it's $1,600 a month.
Yeah.
Those are reasonable, Tom. Those are reasonable prices compared
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
is what the rents are here.
That's
Yeah,
And you're
crazy
renting a
because a
4-bedroom
house
home.
like yours here in Connecticut, upwards of $2,400 or
A
more.
month?
Yeah.
Damn.
Your house would be $1,500 a month if you lived here.
Yeah, that's roughly 14 to 15 is what they're getting for this split. My house,
The
same model.
rents are the same in your neighborhood as they are here.
Put it this way: the cheapest rent on a house that I've seen recently, okay, was I think it was $1,750 on a house. It was 985 square feet, maybe 1,000
Yeah.
square feet. Little shit stain of a ranch, you know.
This place I live, this apartment's 800 square feet, and it can technically be turned into 2 bedrooms because there's a spare room that's not being used for anything. And 2 or 3 people have said to me, "Oh, well, they can turn that into a bedroom." And I said, "Yeah, that's a good idea. They can make that into a bedroom."
So, what's your rent, David?
We're $485 right now, but it's going to go up.
Mine's 800, and my apartment is 550 square feet on a third floor walk up.
Yeah, well, it'll be 650, but it would be completely renovated, all modernized, all the stuff ripped out and all redone. It would be practically brand new.
Now, if there was an elevator here,
It'll never work. Elevators are always broken.
Yeah, I know. Every building I used to work at for HUD, halftime the elevator had a sign, use the stairs, elevator out.
Half the time the elevator doesn't work anyway.
Yeah.
It's no point to have one.
Yeah.
Get your exercise.
Yeah. Or someone gets in it and I get called because the fire department has to show up to get them out because they're stuck between the floors. Which, if you're a young guy, it ain't too bad. But when you're in your 70s and 80s, that's kind of a death sentence on pissing on yourself.
Well, if you want to live somewhere, just live on the ground floor. You don't want to rely on the elevator.
Yeah.
If I had known that I was going to be living in this apartment above the neighbor here,
yeah,
I would have freaking punched myself in the face for even considering living here.
Well, I think I know which one I'm going to get. It's going to be on the second floor, which is not really what I wanted, but it's what the Lord provided for me. But it'll be above a neighbor that's very quiet. I never hear him do anything. So two of us there are only two people staying here. All the rest of them are gone.
Yeah.
And, at least I have a neighbor that I know that I've lived with for six
So
years.
did somebody buy your complex?
Somebody bought it, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, them places sell, resell all the time. You'd be surprised how many one complex would be sold within a 10-year period of time.
Well, I've lived here for 6 years, so I'm pretty sure in 5 years it'll be sold again,
Yeah.
So that's sort of like my mortgage. We've been in this house for 23 years, and our mortgage has been sold 3 times.
Well, you're lucky they were able to sell it. It could have been one of them bills where they send you that letter saying, hey, we got to close it. We got to close out on this loan. You got so many days to come up with your, or get it refinanced somewhere else. Yeah.
Never
I
heard
actually
of
seen
that.
it.
Maybe somebody else buys it.
I've actually seen that happen where a guy, they basically just told him, hey, we got to collect. And he had to hurry up and run out and find another company to take up the loan,
Well, now it's a good time to refinance because the rate.
Well, I don't know if they can do that on a VA loan.
Sure.
No, they cannot do it on a VA loan. No.
So
VA. I had a FHA. Okay, my loan.
VA loan, they cannot. In fact, they have hell trying to even foreclose on you when you're not paying.
Yeah, I had an FHA loan on my house, so they said.
Oh yeah, FHA loan. They'll come drag you out by years.
We'll try to getting in on an FHA loan was a headache. They have so many.
Oh yeah. It's almost as worse as getting on a VA loan.
So here's
I got in there. That's the important thing.
So back in '97, this model sold for 140. This just bare ass, no extras. Sold for 147. Okay.
Right.
We put $10,000 roughly of extras in here. Insulated the garage door. Got better insulated windows. Had oak cabinets and oak banisters throughout. Put a jacuzzi tub in the master bathroom. That's the stuff. It was a real estate guy stopped by the other day when I was working on the Camaro and came up and asked me if I wanted to sell the house, and I said not really. And he says I'd get you $345 for it all day long.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going, okay, that's nice, but then I got to spend that to go buy another house.
You'll not have a place to live.
I'll have a lot of money in the bank, but no place to live.
But you'll be living in a tent.
Yeah. I think Nancy will go along with that really well.
He'd be living in a high dollar tent with AC.
You can get a tiny house. I bet Nancy would not like that idea. A tiny house, a little house that's about the size of my living room.
Oh, I tried sitting there a long time. I said, the kids are gone. Let's downsize. And you got to understand, Nancy's an Air Force brat. So she grew up in the Air Force. Her dad had it. She was born in El Paso, Texas. She's lived in New Mexico. She's lived in Texas. She's lived in Nevada. She's lived in Minnesota. She's got it. And so, make a long story short, I sat there and I said, we can downsize. I said, we can pack up everything, move, get a single-story ranch, don't have to climb stairs anymore and everything else. And she looked me square in the eyes. And she usually doesn't drop the F-bomb too much on me. And she says, I ain't fucking moving again.
Yeah. Well, no,
Okay.
you get burned out. That's the reason I'm where I'm at, because you got to realize that there's only 8 states that I have not lived in this country. And I'm going to tell you right now, I even told my wife, before I move again, I will burn it all to the fucking ground. Light a match and say, get in the car, let's go.
Yeah, I feel the same way about living either above or below neighbors.
Well, let me tell you that all the years I've lived in apartments, I come to one conclusion. I don't care if it's 4 or 5 floors, I'm getting the top apartment. And I'm going to tell you why.
I end up getting the one on the second floor.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you why I always pick those, because at least when the water leaks on your head, it's coming from the rain and not your neighbor overrunning the toilet.
I've already had they put new washers and dryers in, and the drain lines got clogged up. So sewer water was coming up in my kitchen. My whole kitchen, my dining room floor was wet, and it's carpet, and the whole kitchen floor was wet.
I've been on the first floor apartments and had the system back up, and everybody's toilet and drains and dishwasher and washing machines were bubbling up from the tub and the sinks and onto the floor.
That's exactly what happened. It bubbled up from the sink, and I'm going.
Every time they flush,
sign that I don't want to live.
No.
And more people are using that laundry room because all the people on the other side of the building.
That was like from 93 to 97. I was in a wheelchair, and they're like, "You sure you don't want one on the bottom floor?" And I'm like, "Hell no." I said, I'll deal with getting up there.
I'll get upstairs. Yeah.
You'll climb up the stairs.
I did that. I get out of the chair and set my butt on the steps. And I did that, two-handed shaboom, shaboom, shaboom. While my buddy carried my chair up.
Oh, that was nice.
Tell me you did a shaboom, shaboom.
Yep. A shaboom, shaboom. One butt cheek at a time. Yeah. So the manager kept saying, "Baby, we got handicapped apartments on the first floor. It'd be a lot." I said, "No." I said, "At least," like I told her, I said, "At least if I'm laying in bed and the water drips on my head, it's coming from the rain."
It's not the neighbor's toilet or stinky shower.
I tell you what, Captain. This apartment will be available in a few months. You can have this one.
I don't want an apartment, Dave.
You'll be on the first floor. And
I don't want an apartment, Dave.
Okay. All right. End of subject.
No, I remember one time.
Out of here until I move into the fucking house that I want.
Yeah, I remember one time they moved me out, redid the entire apartment, new carpet, paint, cabinets, appliances, and everything. Moved me back into it. And like 3 weeks later, I was gone. I come home. And the whole kitchen, the bathroom, all the new carpet was soaked in sewer. They spent all that money remodeling, but no one thought about, hey, let's fix the drain first, then remodel.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let's fix the drainage issue, then we'll worry about cosmetics. No, they did the cosmetic. Basically, they tried to put lipstick on a pig. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
I told him, I said, "Hey, it looks nice, but I still can't flush my toilet."
Did it call you Kermie?
Yeah, the housing market here has been it's like a roller coaster. I mean, more so than because we got so many transient people moving in and out, and so right now it's on the peak. It's on the upstroke going over. And I suspect probably in about 2 years we'll be on that downhill slide again.
Yeah, but also tell them about the people that, because I've been seeing, especially in Nevada, squatters moving into empty houses.
Yeah.
And then the law can't even drag them out, man. They have to You had to go to court and everything. I'm like, are you? I miss the old days when someone would just go in there with a shotgun and say, "Get out, or I'll blast you out." Yeah.
It'll do it.
Actually, that's exactly what you still can do in every state. And this is how. You ready? If you tell the court, I have every intention of living in that domicile, and I had every right to freaking protect it with my gun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's all you need to do.
I'll come back in, you move out. And if they give me any bitch, well, then you better sit there and figure out.
Yeah, but believe it or not, Captain,
Or
it's not
you're going to take an ambulance ride because I'm going to start shooting your limbs.
Yeah, but it's not that easy though. It's not that easy. You would think
that easy, or it's even easier. I paid a freaking crackhead down the street $20 to just go over there and freaking start trouble.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the. I'm not going to say where the house is, but that's my mother-in-law's house here in the valley. Is I'm definitely worried about because she is now the next over the Spring Mountain Range, which is to the west of us, is the small town of Pahrump in Nye County, and she's living with Nancy's youngest brother there. But her house here in Vegas is empty, so I'm so worried about squatters popping into that thing.
Yeah, because you know as well as me how hard it is to get them out of them houses in Nevada, man. It's fucking unreal. Yeah.
It's not really that hard. It's just if you go through the court system and everything else, it's hard. But if you tell the cops, this is my house, this is my deed, here's all my paperwork, I'm in this house, these people broke in.
Yeah. Yeah.
These people broke in. That's all you got to say. These people broke in.
Unless that will work unless they have shown residence by getting the power on in their name, having their mail delivered there. That changes the whole ballpark.
In Connecticut,
the funny thing about it is they don't have to do anything because the water, power, and everything's on my mother.
You have to show proof of residence before you can have power turned on in your name.
Mm-hmm.
Proof
but they
of
do it all
residence
the
or
time.
ownership or both.
Well,
But
here
it can't be a difficult thing, but you know.
Yeah, but let me tell you this is how they circumvent that, Captain. Though they bring a piece of paper in which I can go to Office Depot and buy the fucking booklet, and it's a lease with option to buy. They fill that out, falsify it. They go get it. They go get it recorded at the clerk, the clerk of court, and then they bring that to the power company, utility company. Everything gets turned on.
When I moved here,
I
called the power company from Virginia, and one phone call, it's turned on.
Mm-hmm.
To prove your residency here, you have to have 2 forms of You have
some mail, ID,
2 pieces of mail. You have to have a utility bill and a bank statement. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's
got your address on it.
It's something that has your address on it. And usually, like a utility bill and a bank statement.
Right, but that's easy to do because I'm gonna tell you, even here, halftime they turn up. I've seen where people go in there to have power turn on a place, and they're supposed to ask for that crap, and they don't. As long as they got the deposit. Yeah.
I tell you, EverSource around here, they don't freaking play any freaking games. So you got to have all your ducks in line.
Some states, and the sad thing is, even here they're supposed to do that, but it depends on the workers. Some of them are so goddamn lazy. As long as you give them the information, you got a picture ID, and you got that $500 deposit. Boom, that shit's on.
When it comes to payments, they don't care if the name on the freaking service is the same as the name on a credit card. They don't care about that.
No.
All they want is money. All they want. Give me the money.
Yeah, they don't care who's paying the bill as long as it's getting fucking paid.
Yeah.
Oh man.
They're supposed to check. Like when you go to the store, I've see people go, well, just take my check. Like my brother, he sent me after those things that refill for his vaping. He vapes. I don't know anything about it. And he sent me to 7-Eleven to get him vapes. And he said, oh, well, take my card. And this is like $10 worth of a refill, 2 little refills.
Mm-hmm.
And I fully intended not to use this card because I was visiting him. I gave it to him as a present. I went to 7-Eleven and went ahead and paid for him and never charged him on his card. But 7-Eleven had every right. If I paid with his card, they had every right to ask for ID. And they would see that ID, the card was different from the ID. But they don't ask.
No, they don't even check the signature on the back either, because by law, if there's no signature on the card, they're supposed to card you to make sure that's your card.
Well, now they don't even touch your card.
No, you just stick it in the machine and go.
Stick it in the machine, boom, it'll say remove card. You're done.
Yeah, Crystal's been using my bank card for well over a decade, and they don't bother her.
No, as long as it goes through, they don't care.
No, they never see the
They
card.
just want their money. Give me my money.
Card in. You check out yourself, really.
Now, when the card gets declined, they'll get nosy.
No, not around here. As long as you're paying, it doesn't matter. Now, if it's obvious, that this card is freaking stolen or whatever, then then they'll have a big problem with it. But otherwise, nah.
I don't know how many times I've seen people in the grocery store checking out, and they have a card and it gets declined, and they say, well, excuse me, I have another card, and then they pay with that card and it goes through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or I've actually been
when I worked for Dad, I used to when people would pay, I would run the credit card transactions through, and that was the old days. That was before you had the thing where you stuck it in. You actually had to swipe it, and then it dialed. Yeah. But anyhow, it would.
You do it.
And I forgot what I was going to say.
That's okay.
When I was going to college, a buddy of mine sat there and he says, when we become old fogies, and he goes, and I go, yeah, Paul, and he goes, we're not going to carry cash on us anymore. And I go, what? And he goes, yeah, it's all going to be on a card.
Yeah.
And that was back in 1970. He told me that. And look at it now. Came through.
No,
right now I can tell you, I got $4 in cash sitting in my wallet. That's it.
What I remember, so many people came in with a credit card that they have not activated. It still has the sticker on it, the phone number to call to activate their card. And I would have to say to them, you can't use this card before you activate it. And they would stand right there. This was before cell phones. I would let them use the phone to call the bank to activate the card so they could pay. I don't know how many times people came in with their credit card and they did that.
But the only time they do that now if it comes in the mail. But if you go inside and they have my bank has the facilities to print them right there. When you walk out, that thing is activated and goes.
Oh yeah, because you were right there. There. It made sense for them to activate. It's like going to buy a phone; they would activate your phone.
Yeah.
You wouldn't walk out of Sprint or AT&T or whatever with a phone that they haven't activated for you.
No. Well, unless you buy it online.
Now you need to go home and go online and activate your phone.
They do have phones like that. You can buy it and then you go home and activate them. They do have.
Well, I ordered one online and did it on.
What's the new thing now? You put all your credit cards in your phone, and all you do is go up and you take your phone and touch it to the machine, and it automatically.
You don't even touch the machine. You just hold the phone over the machine. It takes a picture.
It's just totally amazing. And so then when you lose your phone and the guy who picks it up and figures out your password, he's got all your information.
No. Well, now they have it where if you want to get on the bus, you want to ride.
Hey, what's going on?
Let me tell you, you ain't even got to do that, Tom. If that phone's on your side or in your back pocket, all I got to do is take this little machine, walk up to your back pocket. Every bit of your credit card and debit card information on your phone goes into this. I come home, plug in the computer, and then I make clones.
That's why my debit and credit information's not on my phone.
Even your file I can do your file for you.
What's amazing?
This is a telephone. That's all it needs to be used for.
That's all mine is. I do text.
And I'll check my banking information on it, but there isn't one bit of my personal information on this thing.
Other than texting, the phone is made for phone calls. I can receive calls. I can make calls.
Nancy and I were talking last night, and we were sitting there going, "You imagine when we were teenagers if we had these things? How much less
I would be in a federal prison.
Huh?
If I had this fucking thing when I was a teenager, I'd still be in a federal prison right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to me, it took all the fun of growing up out. I mean, hey, you passing the note that they're over there. You're writing a note in high school English class because telling you want to get to know that girl over there in the corner, and you're sitting there writing it out. You're passing the notes around in school. Well, now all they do is they text. Well, where's the fun of passing the notes?
Well, that's if you know the girl's phone number.
Yeah, but it took all the fun out of being to me, these have taken all the fun out of being a teenager and able to get.
When you were a teenager, Tom, did you have a curfew?
Huh?
Did you have a curfew? Did you have to be home?
Well,
were you ever at 15 minutes before your curfew trying to find a payphone so you can call home and tell your parents that you were going to be late?
Yeah, I had that.
No, because usually my dad, when he did give us one, he'd say, "You see that street light? When that street light comes on, you're late."
Oh, well, that's little kids. I'm talking about teenagers.
Oh no, I'm talking about as a young, preteen.
Oh, preteen, yeah, the street light, but I'm talking about 16, 17, 18 years old. We didn't get in trouble. We didn't get in trouble if we called.
Well, see, the only ones that had curfews at that age was the girls.
Yeah. Well, no, I had a curfew.
Street light one.
I had a curfew all the way up until I graduated high school.
But you gotta understand, I moved out of my parents' house when I was 15. Finished high school while I was in my own apartment.
Okay. I was still in my parents' house all the way after graduation. And then I stayed probably through freshman and sophomore year of college, and then I left.
Yeah, because I have to remind people all the time I was married to my first wife when I was 15.
All right, nope. I was still sewing oats at 15.
Well, you know what I remember?
Trying to sew oats at 15.
Yeah, well, I was sewing oats too. I was just hitting one garden.
What, the neighbor?
No, my wife.
Oh, okay. Right.
God, man, I was 15. She was 30.
You told me that. I forgot that already. You got married when you were 15.
Yeah, I was 15. She was 30. So, yeah. Had a good teacher.
A little bit of age difference there.
Well, we lasted
the rule was in my house, we all had to be home at 6 o'clock.
Experience.
We had to be home at 6 o'clock when dinner and sitting down and ready to eat dinner, or we did not eat that evening because we all sat down and ate dinner together. There was none of this old rolling in at 8 o'clock and rummaging through the fridge and making a sandwich or anything. We were all there.
Oh no! When grandma turned the lights off, kitchen was closed.
Same. Yeah, that's the way they did it.
And if she woke up and if she woke up and there was one dish in the sink, somebody was gonna die.
Yeah. When we were older kids, we could go in there, but we had to clean up. We couldn't leave it.
Oh, we couldn't even step on
it. Get up and find it the next morning. She would point at that dish. You know what I said.
The minute the dishes were dried and put away and the kitchen was clean,
closed.
Yep. Lights were turned off.
You better go out and get it to eat because you ain't cooking nothing in that house. And if you did, and that kitchen was dirtier than what you found it, your ass was in grass.
Nobody cooked. No, nobody in the house cooked but my mom, with the exception of my dad. On weekend mornings, he would make breakfast.
Yeah, my grandma.
You could cook all you wanted after breakfast and before dinner, but between those times, after the kitchen closes at night and before breakfast that next morning, nothing gets cooked in there.
Oh, not me. My grandma made every one of us males learn how to cook in the kitchen with her. And I remember my grandpa used to get mad because he's like, they need to be out in the field working. She goes, no, they need to learn to cook and sew. And he said, why is that? So they don't have to be like you and married to a queen bee like me.
Anthony, I learned how to cook because I watched my grandmother. And I'd go to my grandmother's house. When I'd go to my grandmother's house, I would help her cook. That's how I learned how to cook.
Hey, the link in the chat. Scroll up. It's in the chat.
Good memories, just hanging out with my grandmother. And
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, sometimes.
She used to tell me all the time. She says, I'm teaching you these things, boys, because I don't want you to be like your grandfather and your dad's dad have to depend on a woman to survive as far as cooking and cleaning. You should know it that way. That way, when you move in with a woman, it's because you want to move in, not because you need someone to cook and clean for you.
I'll tell you what, Dave. It was okay when it was just me and my grandma hanging out, but if there were other people around, they'd start complaining about certain things, and she'd get all flustered and upset. And I'm like, do you really have to talk like that around her? Like, do you really have to get this woman upset? Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, I don't. Oh,
no,
okay. Why don't you just tell me I'm a stupid kid and shut up? See what that gets you.
My sister was too busy chasing boys to worry about what was going on in the kitchen.
Yeah, I had a lot of sisters like that too. They were more worried
about
beat track records.
I don't know if my dad liked how he sat there. Probably the last conversation I had with him before he passed away. He wanted to know why I was pissed off at my older sister. And I sat there, he says, whether you know it or not, the high school we went to was called Glenbrook North. And I said, whether you know it or not, she was Glenbrook North's bicycle. And he goes, what do you mean? I said, everybody wanted to ride. Yeah.
Or like I'd say, everybody, if she was like the Macy's door, everybody got to spin.
Yeah. I mean, it's a hell of a thing.
Somebody like Captain Dirk remember those doors on those buildings.
Yeah. My freshman year in the locker room, get ready for PE class, and the seniors just came in, which my older sister was, and the senior guys came in, and the guy she was dating, he came in. I'm not going to mention names here, but he came in. So he's sitting there talking about the date he had with my sister and how much he jumped in the sack with her and had a good time about it. And I'm sitting there in the locker room, and all my buddies are standing around, and we're getting ready to go for gym class, and we're hearing the story. I'm sitting there going, this is appropriate. So now all my buddies wanted to sit there and hang out with my older sister. They come by to see me, to see my older sister, because they know my older sister.
It was easy.
She's putting out.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing.
My older sister ended up with 5 kids before she married her first husband.
Well,
she had 3 of them before she had 3 of them before she even got out of high school.
See, my older sister's been married twice, divorced once, lived with God knows how many guys.
Yeah.
So
unfortunately, my oldest sister got killed by her 3rd son because she raised a bunch of heathens, and he decided one day she was in the way.
Oh, damn.
Heathens.
Yeah, well, he didn't live long either because he ended up in death penalty. So
my dad used to call them heathens. You heathens, get out!
This boy was not a heathen. He'd make Charles Manson look like a Boy Scout.
Charles Manson only ever killed one person.
Yeah, but I'm talking about as far as his attitude and the way he acted. Yeah. That dude was out there.
Yeah. Charles Manson only killed one person. He killed a man in self-defense in a knife fight with a Black Panther gang member. And at the time, it was the 60s, and killing a gang member wasn't really considered to be that bad of a criminal offense. So, especially in self-defense. So, there you go. Charles Manson obviously won the knife fight because he lived. The Black Panther wasn't so fortunate.
Yeah.
And he was exonerated of the crime because He killed the man in self-defense. That's the only person that Charles Manson was ever like really convicted of killing somebody. But like I said, it wasn't a crime necessarily because he was defending himself.
Yeah. Well, back then it was just another one out of the way.
He was convicted of being a conspirator, criminal mastermind.
Right, he was fucking twisted in the head. Period. He was twisted.
I'm not going to argue with that.
Yeah.
What was the joke that, what was it? As long as Folgers coffee was made, Charles Manson's never getting out of prison.
Well, he was a very old man. He lived to, he beat the average death. He beat the average lifespan.
Yeah.
Because at the time when he died, the average lifespan wasn't even 80 years old yet.
Yep.
And he was 82.
Yeah. Here's the thing that really kills me, because my wife is a big fan of these drama crime shows and everything else. So let's think about it. They sit there and California has the death penalty. I mean, you go to trial and everything else and you get the death penalty, but California isn't executing anybody. They banned the death penalty. So what the hell do you got the death penalty on the books for if you're not executing anybody? And then let's take it one step further. Okay. It costs roughly in the state of California $1 million to house an inmate a year.
It costs, hold on. It costs about $50,000 to keep one inmate in prison in a medium security for 1 year here in Connecticut.
Yeah.
That's it. 50,000.
Yeah. So the lucky people of California sit there and they don't want the death penalty and everything else, so they put all these people in life in prison
and feed them
so they can pay for them for the rest of their lives.
Yep. If we're gonna go that route, why don't we talk about the hypocrisy, the hypocrisy edge of California's BS.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this aspect of it. Now, California is a red state. It is. Most of the people that live there are registered Republicans.
Yeah.
So it used to be considered to be a red state. It is now a blue state. Whatever. Now, check this out. In this state, it is they frown upon the death penalty and they don't kill anybody anymore. Whatever. They have it, but they don't use it. Okay, fine. They have a death row, but they just let people linger forever. Okay, fine. But what's up with the freaking whole? You won't kill people on death row, but you'll let people abort babies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Up to the last minute.
And rather than fixing your freeways, you would rather sit there and spend $1 million a year on all these inmates than fix your freeways and avoid the gridlock that you end up.
But riddle me this: what is the point of saying yes, it's okay to kill, adults that commit crimes, but no, it's not okay to kill adults that commit crimes, the horrific acts. But yes, it's okay to freaking abort fetuses. They're not they're not given the chance to develop. Okay. By the way, I am a supporter of abortion, okay? But I am also, hold on, I'm also a supporter of the death penalty.
All right, well, Kat, you and I are the same. I'm a supporter of the death penalty and I'm a supporter of abortion. But I think it's a woman's right to choose. Not the government, not the state government, it's the woman's right because she's the one that's carrying that baby.
Yeah, but look, I have no problem with them doing abortions, but I don't think I or you or him have to pay for it.
Correct. Also, I don't believe that it's just the woman's choice. Yeah. I believe that the man, if he is going to be held responsible for the upbringing of some of the payment for the upbringing of the child, has just as much of a say-so as the woman does.
How about a woman who was raped?
Well, then the man should be, held accountable for the rape that he committed first.
Well, but if the wonderful police departments that are around this country, which I think are all fallacy, but if a woman's raped and now she's pregnant, she should have the right to sit there and discontinue the pregnancy.
Well, yeah.
Unless
she didn't want that child.
She didn't want it. She didn't want it. No, but there is a state in the union that will pay attention to the wants and the freaking say-sos of the man that donated the sperm, willingly or not. And that state is Ohio.
I don't care one way or the other why they're doing it. I just want
I understand.
to be the one to pay for it.
I understand, and I totally agree with Tom that yes, if a woman wants a rape baby aborted from her, then yes, she should have that right. Yes, I totally agree with that. But there is a state in the union that doesn't agree with it, and that's Ohio, because they don't agree with abortion at all, even though it's legal on the federal level. They make it the hardest out of any state to get one.
Yeah.
So all you do is get your car or your airplane or whatever, and you leave the state of Ohio and you go get one.
That's probably what they do.
You would think that would be the end of it, wouldn't you? But sometimes if you go from one state to another, they'll know that you're from another state, and they'll be like, no, you got to get out of here. And a lot of people just cut out the bullshit because they know that's going to happen anyway, and they go to Puerto Rico.
Yeah, and that's you shouldn't force people to do that. I mean, it's going to happen. I mean, if I was a woman, I got raped, there's no way I'm carrying this baby.
No,
if I got to sit there and almost kill myself, I'm cutting it out myself, and that's me.
Some women refuse to.
And that's me as personality, because I hate things forced on me.
Some women actually want to keep their baby, regardless of whether or not that it was a rape, consequence. They say, I don't care. It doesn't matter that I was raped to freaking get pregnant with this baby. I'm going to carry it to term. Some women choose to carry it to term, and some women actually freaking do mistreat the child. But most women actually treat the child as if it was just something that they wanted anyway.
Yeah, carry baby,
and they treat it with respect, as much respect as anybody does.
But no, that's where I'm pro. It's a woman's choice. The government should get the fuck out of it.
True.
And that's it. It's not the government's business.
By the way, hi Dan, how you doing? Good to see you. I didn't say hi before because we were like babbling and talking. So
there's a lot that's not the government's business, Tom. If they would just get their nose out of it.
Oh, yeah, I mean it's the biggest thing that I get a laugh out of is everything else, and everybody sits there and most of the people I tell the story to go along with me. So here's a great Senator Harry Reid. In my opinion, is the world's biggest butthead. But Senator Harry Reid sits there and mounts a campaign to get the Washington Redskins name changed. Okay, all right. But how did that help the state of Nevada? Because as the senator for the state of Nevada, isn't Harry Reid supposed to be looking out for the citizens of the great state of Nevada?
Yep.
And why is he worried about a fucking football name?
Because he bowed to the cancel culture.
No, because it's stupid. Term limits.
Yeah.
Do your 4, you're out. Let's get somebody new in.
Well, same thing with Congress. I don't think they should be in there 60 and 70 years.
No. I believe in term limits as well. I do.
And
I believe in
Harry Reid is the classic example of that.
But
he didn't look at the state of Nevada as a whole. He did fight for Yucca Mountain not to get nuclear waste dump here to be the American nuclear waste dump land, which is cool. But why was he going after the Washington Redskins? What did that help the citizens of Nevada?
I personally believe that the president should only be allowed to be in office for 3 years at a time, non-consecutive terms, and he should only be able to serve 2 terms non-negotiable. And if he wants, he could stick around Washington, D.C. Go ahead and be a senator for a little while. Go ahead and be a member of the House of Representatives. Go ahead.
I'm all for that.
And then term limits on those positions too.
Exactly.
You've got to have term limits.
I do believe that freaking like there should be like, and they should all have the same term limits.
Yeah. The year of the career politician should die. Die. Because there is no fresh thinking in it. When you get a career politician in there, and I'm an old guy, I can say it, that you sit there and get stale thinking going along. And as you get stale thinking, and it just escalates. 8 years, 2 terms, you're done. Go on. You're not a senator anymore. You're not a person of the House of Representatives. You're done. And that's what I firmly believe in. And Nancy was standing at the door, and she was waving night to me.
Yeah.
Good night,
Nancy.
Good night.
Nancy,
Anyway.
everybody say good night.
Yeah.
I believe, my personal belief, yes, there should be term limits, and they should all be the same term limits. But you can freaking, I believe that people should be able to hold as many political positions as they want, but there should still be term limits. You want to be a congressman? Go ahead, be a congressman. You want to freaking be a senator? Go ahead, be a senator. You want to be president? Okay, well, run for president. No, you didn't get president, but you got to be vice president. Okay, well, you can only be vice president for 1 term of that president's presidency. And that president is only going to be able to serve 1 term at a time, and only 3 years now.
Okay. Well, what I believe, what I want to see is term limits like you, Cap, clear across the board. 2 terms as president, 2 terms in the House, 2 terms as a congressman, 2 terms as a Senate. That's it. Okay. But you can't start saying, do your 2 terms as a senator, and you can go 2 terms as a congressman, and you go 2 terms as a president. But once you've done all that, you're done. You ain't coming back.
Well, also, if somebody was so inclined, they might actually go, and if they started out as a governor and they only got 1 term as governor, and it's like I said, I only believe in 3-year terms, not 4-year, 3.
Yeah, but see, you're forgetting though, other than politicians, there's another entity is just as worse to them, and it's called lobbyists.
Oh yeah, I know. I don't believe in lobbying at all. Hey, what's up, Tony? Yorkshire.
I've just been trying my new pull-up bar. That did me good.
So anyway, I
did 2 and nearly had a hernia.
Let's say that somebody wanted to freaking, like, somebody didn't get the chance to be governor before they were president. Okay, fine. Now they could go and run for governor afterward. They can go and run for whatever political position. And if they want to retire, like if they want to be the mayor, like let's say they've already been a freaking a congressman and a senator and the president and everything like that, even a vice president or whatever. They've been hanging around politics forever. Well, okay, now they're a governor, and now they can't even be a governor anymore. Well, what do? They run for mayor, and they get to be the mayor of the freaking like the capital city of that state or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't see a problem with that, I don't see a problem with people freaking running for different political positions and stuff like that. I don't care.
Hey, Cap, it's simple. If you held a political office, if you took it to term, you can't hold it again. If you didn't hold that political office and you didn't take it to term, well, then you get to run again. End of story.
Yeah.
Make it simple.
I would prefer that.
Whether it's 4 years or whether it's 3 years.
Yeah, I would prefer that they only let people freaking have 1 term in each position. Yes. Diversify and, like, actually do your job.
See, now I'm looking up there because of the big.
I mean, that's one of the most unpopular freaking political positions is for politicians to actually do their jobs.
Oh, wait,
How dare you do something for your people?
I mean, I'm looking. I'll go all the way back to Jimmy Carter. I mean, well, Ronald Reagan did his job, but other than that, I have yet to see a president to do his job.
Trump did what he said he was going to do. Most of it.
Trump did a good job of it, but then he didn't have the backers to supporting him. It's like
he got screwed real big. He got screwed big time.
It's like being a one-man basketball team. You got X number of players with you, but you're the one.
Yeah, but I give him credit though. At least he looked him in the eye and told him to go take a flying leap.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Well,
he never capitulated. He never backed down. He was always like, "Come on, what the hell is going on? Are you people stupid?"
The first president we had in this country for years that had a pair of balls.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. But people now, he's a bully. We don't like him. Well, get over it. It's not a bully. He didn't take no crap.
Well, the biggest kick I get out, and I keep sitting there going.
Like what he really did because the ass kissers couldn't kiss his ass because he won't let
right. Yeah, because he had.
Still think I'm on that camera.
That's because they had nothing he wanted.
I tell you something. I'd rather have Trump running things over here than that fucking blonde potato we've got.
Yeah, but if you look at it and think about all the big movie stars, and all the celebrities, I'm leaving if Trump gets elected. Well,
no, wait, hold on, Johnny.
Here.
Johnny, you talking about blonde Frankenstein?
I'm talking about.
We call him Boris.
Yeah, Boris. He looks like the blonde Frankenstein. He's like.
I'm talking about.
No, he's not lying.
Well, yeah, but Johnny, you notice at first he was doing pretty good. Then he got sick, and all of a sudden it's like he lost his testicles.
Yeah.
You know what it is? When somebody has to lie as much as he does and has to cover up as much as he does, it takes a toll on you. And look at him at the moment; he's not looking good.
No.
But Trump for the longest time was the only president with a pair that sit there and executed, showing the world that he had a pair.
I love when he went to the UN.
He's got a pair.
I love when he went to the UN and said, "Y'all need to start paying."
He made everybody pay their fucking NATO bill. Yeah, buddy.
We're in trouble. There we go.
There he is. There he is. I was wondering if you were going to show up.
Is it?
State to me.
Is it? I've really hurt my arms.
You am. Why? What did you do?
That.
Oh, your pull-up thing.
Ow.
Oh my God. Oh, here we go. Now we can't do pull-ups.
What?
Bullshit, Johnny.
There you go. No, I'll do. I'll do.
How
it
did you hurt your
tomorrow.
arm, Johnny? Come on.
You should have seen the size of the hole there to drill in that wall.
I can imagine. Yeah, that looks like a sturdy one, Johnny.
Oh yeah, it is. I have.
You gonna hang Tracy off there?
Don't tempt me.
Not a nasty one.
You're in caravan again, the loopy them lot. So, they're in that caravan now, having it. Keena's asleep now, but they're having a girly night with popcorn and movie.
Nice.
Every weekend they go in that caravan, which gives me a bit of peace. Right?
So he said they're having a girly night. What he's trying to say, if the video comes on the live stream and he's hanging by a noose on that chin bar pull up there, it wasn't him.
Johnny, you know that
head on the flag.
Johnny, you know that picture of the Statue of Liberty?
Yeah.
Behind you. It winds me up because New York is not behind her like that. I've actually seen her from that angle, from a helicopter.
Yeah.
And New York's not behind her. Behind us, Jersey City.
Actually, Hazy, you've mentioned
is it?
before.
You won't like me shower curtain then. Same as that.
I've seen the Statue of Liberty from an airplane.
I've got a New York toilet seat.
Nice.
A New York
Statue of Liberty, but it was on
I feel like it's silver grey colour, so I just got New York shower curtain, toilet seat, old grey and silver stuff in it.
Last time I seen the Statue of Liberty, she still had the green crust on her, and she smelled like an old penny.
before.
I I've never
40.
seen this.
Tom, was that one of Captain Jerk's skulls you put the lights in the eyes?
Yeah.
It's cool,
Yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah, on your thumbnail. Let me see it.
That's not Total Recall. Not Terminator.
Oh, you going as well?
Yeah.
You're both going. Nice.
And
Yours have got lights in.
Yeah, Tom, this one's got a hole in it. I gotta fix it.
I know. I'm having a beer as well. I got to get another one.
I ain't got any. Get beers
I'm
every
drinking
time.
this from Aldi's. It's a craft beer. Plummed orange. And
I've been in there today and I still forgot to get some beers.
So, Hazy, what color skull do you like?
What, from the ones I've got? Or just in general? I mean, I like just a normal skull with hair and, you know,
So,
skin and stuff. I like it with skin and
all
hair.
right, then fine, whatever. Johnny, what color skull do you like, buddy?
I do like blue. Wow.
Are you telling me that you've got every color you can imagine?
Blue.
I like blue so much I ordered a blue workout mat. Look. Is that green or is it me?
Yeah.
Well, Johnny, is this too dark of a blue for you? This is an indigo.
Oh, that's nice.
oh, raining again.
Very nice.
So,
Green and you
is
as well.
that too dark of a blue for you?
Was there two there? Did you show me two there?
Well, I have a pink one here too.
Hey, don't go out there holding
That's
up.
the same thing.
They come up really good.
That
Aren't
is my favorite. That is my favorite one, though. That I do like that one out of the two.
They're life size.
Yeah. I wonder why I haven't seen Crystal lately.
Yeah, but when you say life size, you mean adult size, or it can be any size from a child to an adult.
Say hi, Crystal.
He's still alive. Woohoo!
Oh, Tom, you're being locked.
There's
Tom, there's a
Hazy
thug in your garage.
and Johnny, and Tom is outside, and there's David and Anthony. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Checking he's still alive because he's making a lot of skull.
No, it's just really tiny.
Yeah, that pink one is really cool, but I do like the dark blue, especially when you put the light in it.
So, would you prefer a lighter blue,
Yeah.
like a medium blue, a light blue? I mean, a powder
Like-
blue.
Like Tom's car kind of blue.
Grab me a can
What
from
the-
the fridge.
What?
The tall ones,
Like Tom's car blue.
silver.
Oh, okay. I can produce that color exactly because he sent me a sample of it.
There you go.
He sent me a sample of that blue color, so I have that blue exactly with the freaking like the metallic freaking flake and everything.
It's got the speckles in it, got the flakes in it. Yeah.
That'll do
And
it.
if I ask him to send me more, he probably freaking will.
I remember that one video he did. He was painting the car, and you could see her reflection in the car.
Yeah.
He had the full one of the fenders, like in the full
So
frame.
I'll ask him
So
right now.
shiny.
Hey Tom, would you mind if I made a skull this size, the same color, same paint that you used for your Camaro for Johnny?
No, knock yourself out.
See?
I thought you meant no as in no. I'm just
I
saying
still
what.
got,
Listen, do you know what
I
these
still
are?
got that paint sample.
Do you know if I needed? Do you know if I really needed one of you two? Johnny, would you all hold my gauges if I needed you to?
No, I would, but they're called feeler ones, and that sounds a bit pedery to me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my feeler gauges.
Raining out here.
That's a good set of gauges, though.
Would you?
Yeah, I wonder who came up with the
Would
idea
you
to
hold
call
my
it
gauges?
feeler gauges. I know you use
So it's not been a funny.
Would you? Would you even touch this gauges?
I don't know. After you drop me pizza on the floor live on the show, and then tell me.
I didn't. I didn't drop it on the floor. I dropped the whole box. Nothing went on the floor.
Hey, when I next see you, I'll be able to go up the ladder without it creaking.
I dropped the whole box. Johnny, I wouldn't feed you food from the floor. Fuck. Listen, I fed you well when you come down. I took you out for a
I
meal.
did.
I
I
bought
got
you
messages later on saying, "Did you enjoy your pizza?"
yeah.
Anybody
Well,
else take you out there?
I know you did. You made me very welcome.
They won't take you out again. That's the thing. If
He
you
took us out. He even went to his mum's and got an inflatable mattress so I could stop at his house. That's how cool he is.
oh, and that was nice.
And I killed
I had
almost
one of those-
couple of Welsh people.
Tristan, I have no idea what happened to that. I think I gave it away because I had one. I asked somebody, "Do you want an inflatable mattress?" It's not here. It's gone. And the problem is, you had the inflator. You plug it in. It used regular electricity. You didn't have. You plugged in the wall.
Listen to
I
this.
was convinced I had a punch bag. I found the chain for it, but I don't know where the punch bag's gone.
Listen to this. I went to my mum's once.
Mattress and the thing's gone.
Listen to this. I went to my mum's and she was having all the grandkids over for the night. And so she was blowing up air beds for him to sleep on. Because she lives in a little flat on her own, you know? And, and she's kneeling on this one air bed and she got a needle and cotton and she's stitching up a fucking tear in it. Needle and cotton. In an air bed. I was like, "Mum, what are you doing?" She's like, "It's got a puncture. I'm stitching it up." I'm like, "You're fucking kidding me."
Do I take it they were laid on the floor and woke up in the morning?
All she needs to do is put some RTV in it, something in it.
You know it's so when you go camping. When you go camping, you get
every one of them had a. When you buy one, it has a kit with a patch.
Yeah.
Or you patch that thing.
Has anybody ever used that
patch?
No.
But it did have a battery-powered freaking blower on it.
Yeah, I've got one of them outside.
You got a battery-powered blower?
Yep.
Yeah, but I've got one of them pools where you can sit on each corner.
Yep, her name is Mindy.
What the fuck are you talking about? You got a pole and you can sit on every corner.
Pool.
Ooh,
Not a pool.
Well, that one where the seats on each corner with drink holders and that. I've got one of them.
I think I've got one of them in the cupboard, ready for this summer, actually. Did you see? Tom, did you see the guitar I just finished building?
No, I didn't. Hold it, wait, hang on. Tired of looking down here. That's it.
Can you see?
Now, Tom, you got the big screen.
I hate this laptop. I hate it.
See, look at this.
There you go. Thank you. Oh, that's nice.
Is that on the through string?
Yeah.
It's got metal grits. Got rivets for markers on the side.
Okay.
Turned out nice, didn't it?
Well,
looks good. I like it.
That's nice.
It's a gift. I'm going to give it to Kate's dad.
Your video you did with Harry, that was so cool. He was riding that bike between those two trees.
Yeah. Oh, listen, there's a couple more. Listen, there's a couple more. We've done a few more after that.
I'm waiting on part 2.
Daisy, I'll tell you from experience. I'm changing the camera. I'll tell you from experience. Don't buy him a dirt bike.
Oh
no, he'd go down to the convenience.
Listen, in one of the videos, I think we got about 4 videos.
I brought both my sons dirt bikes.
Listen, he's ready for one now.
That was the Wild Boy.
I think he needs to get a little older, Hazy, for a dirt bike.
Oh no, listen. In one of the videos, I think we got 4 videos to put up in the next day or so. And in one of them, he says, "I think I need an engine."
Well, there you go. He's gone. You lost.
What?
Yeah. What?
Put a little engine on there.
What? I didn't hear you.
He said, "I think I need an engine." Oh, I think I need a motor. I think he said.
Oh, there you go. That's my man. All right, Harry. Let's go.
I thought he had one with a motor on it.
What?
He had a motor on it. I thought that one in the video had a motor on it. It doesn't?
No. Jack's got a scooter with a motor on it.
That's the one you drove to the store.
That's when I drove to the garage. I drove to the garage that night. Get some beer. Listen, I've done that a few times.
Place up here.
He drove down to the we call it a convenience here. He drove down to the convenience on a bike going through the neighbor's yard, electric scooter that was his son's, and got beer at the store.
It's a good scooter. It's not a little scooter. It's a good one.
No, if it got him to the shop, as he would call it, if it got him to the shop and it went through the yard, it went through the rain, it went through the
I took that for a couple of miles. I take every now and again. I take Harry out on it, like give him a rip around the block. He stands.
you do a video. I remember you doing that video of you guys.
Yeah. I was going to say something and I forgot. Fuck.
I built my first mini bike when I was 7 years old. I found a Briggs & Stratton, right motor, 4 horsepower, everything else, built it out of angle iron, rode it, nut bolted it together, and then realized that ain't working because it sit there and all the nuts and bolts rattled loose. And I started out with a solid mini bike and came back, and this thing was all wobbly all over the place.
I used to dream of having a dirt bike when I was a kid. It was my number one dream. It was the only thing I ever fucking wanted when I was a kid. It was a dirt bike. I had posters of them. I wanted a KX80, and I just wanted one.
Oh, you wanted even a certain brand and everything. Oh man! Well, one of the neighborhood kids got a moped. That was the big deal. Everybody was
KTM's and that were all the thing.
It's never gonna happen for me. It's never gonna happen. I used to go on stolen bikes. The first memory I got of being on a bike was when I was probably about 6. My dad used to ride me around our back garden. We had a huge back garden that was all overgrown, and he rode around the outside. I mean, it wasn't huge in your terms of huge, you know. But he made a track around the outside, and he used to drive me around. He like driving through the jungle.
I remember doing that, but it was on a regular pedal bike. It didn't have a motor.
I tell you this: my parents couldn't even afford to buy me a bicycle.
Well, we all had bicycles. We didn't have anything with a motor on.
Listen, let me tell you this: they could afford to buy you one. They just didn't want to fucking buy you one.
They didn't want to spend the
They
money.
could not afford to buy me a bicycle.
They could have. Listen, they could. They could afford to buy you a bike. They could.
My grandmother bought me a bicycle. My parents did not.
Yeah.
I was so poor. I didn't have a yo-yo. I had a yo.
Listen, I was so poor. If I wasn't a boy, I wouldn't have had nothing to play with.
I went I hustled my ass off and got myself stuff. I went and got mini bikes and dirt bikes of my own.
Well, you know,
My parents never even freaking knew that I had a moped, never mind a mini bike or a dirt bike.
I didn't have a moped. One of the neighbors did. But what we did was we made our own toys. We built our own toys.
Yeah.
Not all of them. Some of them were store-bought, but some of them, I remember.
There were no mini bikes.
I remember when I was a kid building an airplane and stuff. My dad helped. My dad helped a lot, but yeah, I remember that my dad made a little airplane and it was on a little rope and it would fly. It worked. It had a little propeller on it that went around.
Did you have the one with the rubber band?
We were so poor.
No, the air, just the movement. No, the air going by the propeller made it turn. It didn't have
David, pre-packaged. They were called COX, COX airplanes, and they came pre-packaged, and you had engines. And it was.
I had one of those. I never could really figure it out. My dad.
Listen, we were so poor when we were kids. We could only sometimes afford to run one car of the two. You know.
Well, what I remember from childhood was the fuel.
Clean as hours down.
Sometimes one of the cars had to be off the road.
Well, we can't. I could.
They had to rent out the West Wing.
I could, for the life of me, couldn't figure out why my mom and dad didn't drive the regular family car. Everybody drove the truck for my dad's business because my dad owned a business, and it was 1979, 1980. Well, that was in the gas in the day when you couldn't buy gas unless you were on certain days. They had even days and odd days based on your license number. But if you were a commercial vehicle, you didn't have to go by that. You could go to the front line and buy gas. Yeah. You could buy it anytime. So the big family figured out they could save money and drive the company vehicle and not worry about it. Right.
Could write up a tax claim and all if it fuel.
Oh, yeah. the company paid for all the gas. You know, it was all.
David Collins, you telling us that you were so poor that the whole family had to drive the company van?
Yeah. We weren't poor. My dad didn't want to spend the money.
It sounds like the opposite to me, David.
My dad was cheap. Now, you know, and now my mother, when he died, my mother has nothing to worry about financially. My mother is completely financially secure.
Listen, Anthony was so poor, all they had was a fucking train.
Yeah.
You know, and a mountain.
He didn't live in a house, he lived on track.
No, I tell you the days I miss. I'm sure Tom remember this. A few you might. The gas wars.
Oh no, I was in Vietnam during the gas wars. We had no gas wars in Vietnam.
Yeah,
No,
we know what you're up to, Tom.
We were able to fly aircraft. We were able to do everything.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about that far back. The gas wars ended in the first part of the 80s. I remember when you pull up a gas station, it'd be 62 cents a gallon. A guy across the street would be waving you. Hey, I'll give it to you for 55 cents a gallon. And you would drive across the street. And then the other guy said, well, hell, I'll do 45.
Yeah, that was after the crisis is over, when they had a
that was after the gas shortage.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I was in Thailand during that.
Yeah.
But what you're talking about, I was down in Florida, and you're right. Everybody was out trying to outbid everybody else.
Yep.
Tom, what was you doing in Vietnam?
I was crew chief on F4s.
Yep.
Fixing them up.
No, actually, I had two F4s, Hazy. I had a day plane and a night plane. The night plane was loaded for air-to-air, and it would fly cover for AC-130s. The day plane would be loaded with bombs, and they're both F4s, and they're B models, and it was loaded with bombs. The belly of it was white, and it would just sit there, and it was a mud mover. So I would get to work. We work 12 hours. I get to 7 days a week. I get to work at 6 o'clock at night, and I'd get my night bird ready to launch to cover AC-130 gunships, and they would be patrolling over the Ho Chi Minh Trail, and I'd launch him, and then my day bird, I'd sit there and be getting ready to turn it and get the munitions people to load bombs on it and get it ready for the morning flight. I would launch my day bird and sit on top of the revetment and watch my night F4 come in.
No kidding.
Did you ever get a Sharpie and write on the side of the bomb, Hazy Days for President?
No, he put a sticker on it.
Back in '72, and I don't think
he put a Hazy Day sticker on the bomb.
Yeah, did you stick a Hazy Day sticker on?
We got a bit back to the future here.
He had a time machine. He could get a supply of Hazy Day stickers.
Back then, that's when they drew a camera on there, and right above it said, "Wait for the flash."
Smile.
Wait for the flash.
Don't move, I'm just drawing your face.
They still have the thing in the amusement park where you sit in there and there was a camera.
Ain't it funny how we can joke about something that caused fucking mass destruction on humankind?
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's 30, 40, 50 years later.
You got to accept it and move on. And if you can accept it and don't move on, well, then it's still, I don't know.
Well, you say that, but you just put the news on, you can see they're still doing it. So it's not accepted and moved on.
They've never.
Actually, if I were to tell the truth of what I saw the biggest waste of money in my entire life.
Yep.
For 7 years, 4 months, and 11 days.
Yep.
You know, I never did learn. I was too young to remember.
But when you find out where that money's going and who's making the weapons,
I have never seen the point in the Vietnam War yet. I have not seen any point. Like Tom said, it's a big waste.
It was money.
Developed. I think
they didn't accomplish anything.
The Iraq wars and that was all of the oil, basically, wasn't it?
No,
I don't know. I think it was communism and control over the world.
I mean, how many people here forgot how many people here forgot how many CIA agents got fucking arrested or outed out for selling opium in Vietnam?
Yeah. Well, I got
Well, that
stories.
makes-
I can stand here for hours on end telling you stories about
Oh yeah.
my experience in Vietnam, or in that case, Thailand, in support
Yeah.
of the Vietnam War. I was when I got transferred from UBAN, the 8th Tech Fighter Wing, on the Tak Lee, I was put in transit alert. Now, transit alert was when any other aircraft came into if an F-4 came in traveling, or a C-130 came in to unload cargo, or a C-141 came in to unload cargo, transit alert took care of that. Parking that aircraft, chalking it, refueling it, everything else.
Yeah.
So at Tak Lee, I was that. I did that. When I first came to Thailand, I was with the 8th Tech Fighter Wing at Ubon, Thailand, and we were flying F-4s. And that's what I did. But when the biggest thing is, at Tak Lee, I was working transit alert, so I was 72 hours on, 24 hours off. And all our barracks were air conditioned. Now, the regular guys who worked the flight line, they were in standard hooches, which was basically a 4-room bungalow. It was all open on the inside, that had louvers on it, and it was all screened. So give me a building, screen it, put louvers on it, and that was it. That was a hooch that we called.
Yeah.
And so those guys deal with the atmosphere. But me, transit alert, I deal with air-conditioned comfort in the jungle. And so it's when we closed the base, when we closed Tak Lee, and we went down to Korat, Thailand, the 388 TAC Fighter Wing, from Tak Lee Air Force Base to Korat. And
Tom, are you saying Tak Lee?
They sat there and went. And the minute we left Tak Lee, which was a Royal Thai Air Force Base, the fucking whole town of Tak Lee went in and just ripped it apart.
Yep. Stole everything.
They took everything. And the Thai government sat back and went, okay, that's cool.
Not counting the machinery, trucks that were
air conditioning unit. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, they had to have generators to generate the power to run the air conditioning units.
Well, that was all left behind, David. The trucks, the Jeeps, all were left behind.
Well, they
Generators,
didn't use it anymore. It was cheaper to leave it than it was to take it, to remove it.
Well, no, because they were too busy evacuating.
Do you remember seeing the video of the choppers landing from taking people out of Hanoi and land on an aircraft carrier that was off?
They pushed it overboard.
And they pushed the aircraft
after World War II.
Overboard, so another one could land.
After World War II, they did the same thing. They had lines of planes on the freaking deck, and they just freaking come along and just shove them right in.
Well, they needed room. They needed room for the passengers.
Cat, look at Kingman, Arizona, at the end of World War II, and tell me about the story.
Wow.
Kingman, Arizona had every freaking bomber known to mankind that are worth millions and millions of dollars right now, but they cut them all up, destroyed them.
Yep.
Scrap.
Pushed them.
So, yeah.
Well, yeah, because they had
The reason they scuttled all them planes after World War II is because it was expensive to haul all that equipment home. They didn't want to pay for the gas.
Story. I mean, it's a big logistics fucking headache.
Well,
they didn't want to pay for the fucking gas either. Like, it costs a lot of money to haul all that shit.
Yeah, it costs more. It costs more than what it's worth.
Hold it. Let's load up the ship, put all these aircraft on, and bring them back to the United States. Why? They're outdated. Throw them over the ocean.
They're also got battle damage.
Yeah,
they also got fucking battle damage. They don't want to repair them either.
Well, listen, that's collateral damage. They made enough money. Listen, there's no profit in peace. Let me tell you.
Nope.
No, there is not.
No, there's no profit in being healthy either.
If you think that any country,
I'm going to tell you guys a little story. I was with the 347th Tactical Fighter Wing in Tak Lee, Thailand. Okay.
Yep.
And they got moved when the war supposedly stopped Everybody was told the war stopped. Okay, the war didn't stop then. We were still bombing shit and everything else after the public told the war would stop. Well, the 347th moved down to Korat, Thailand. Okay, and Korat, Thailand had every aircraft known to mankind down there, and now they got F-111. I was there for 3 months, transferred back to the state, and that's when I saw all the stuff happen at Takli, where the barracks were all ripped down, torn apart, everything else. I did an aerial view on Google on Takli, to where I spent most of my time, and it doesn't even look anything. What all the barracks, everything that the U.S. put up is all flattened. It's all torn down. So it's a waste of money. It was a waste of money.
Yeah.
There was a young lieutenant. He just got out of Butterball school, and that's what we called the bronze lieutenants, Butterballs. And he just got out of Butterball school, and he was put in charge of the Takli NCO, or Officers Club. So he turned around and wanted to refurbish it. So to refurbish it, he sat there and wanted new wicker furniture. Okay, so he goes down to the Philippines and orders new wicker furniture at an outrageous price. But what do the people at Takli do? They make wicker furniture too. So he spent an exorbitant amount of money, ordered wicker furniture down from Philippines, in Southeast Asia, and had it shipped up to Takli, Thailand in Southeast Asia.
When he could have went down the road and bought it.
Yeah, and spent ungodly amounts of money. I just
you know what immediately came to mind? You know what came to mind? You know what came to mind, Tom? IKEA. IKEA.
Thank you for that. I really
listen. Do you know when I landed in America? That was the first thing I seen. IKEA. I
have taken off over that damn building.
Really good.
Biggest building.
As soon as I touched down in America, I looked out the window, and the first thing I seen was a big fucking IKEA sign.
Do you know the pilot came on? I'm not sure if it was one of the passengers, but I think the pilot came on the speaker and said, "Okay, we're flying over IKEA's headquarters." And I mean, I want to talk about this place. It was huge. You could see it from an airplane.
I've never been to IKEA, but I've had plenty of IKEA furniture, and it is all just.
It is particle board. It is.
Let me tell you something. IKEA is fine. IKEA is fine. I've had lots of stuff from IKEA, and it's fine. You get what you pay.
I've had my share of particle board.
I've been to IKEA once, and the one time I've been to IKEA, Vance and I walked through it and everything else. Okay, fine, good. Gone. Haven't been back since. There isn't a piece of IKEA furniture in this 2,400 square foot house.
Well, something you need to do in a lifetime is fly into Newark. Fly into Newark. You know, Haley took a video of it. And I'm looking at his video and I'm going, I have seen this exact scene because when I came back from Disney, I changed planes in New York. And I came in over that damn building.
Yeah. To be honest, it's one of the worst airports I've ever fucking been at. And I haven't been to many.
You know what? How long I was in Newark? I was in there for 30 minutes. The gates were right next to each other. I just walked from one gate over to the other gate. I didn't have to go.
We were waiting to leave for like fucking 5 hours or 4 hours, and they were doing building work so that nothing was open. Everyone was jammed in a place. It was fucking horrific.
Well, you know, when I went to Logan, when I left Dizzy's and I was going back home, I went down the wing, you know, United, and all of it was closed up. All of it was under construction. I couldn't even get a cup of coffee. There was no Starbucks. Yeah, well, they were in the process of putting a Dunkin' Donuts in there.
And they only sell USA Today newspapers, and all you see on the monitors is CNN.
No, it's like No Dunkin' Donuts because it wasn't finished yet. There was just a sign there.
And guess what?
Dunkin' Donuts soon, coming soon.
They just recently took CNN out of the airports.
They're in the bus station. Gosh.
Still raining in Vegas.
That's mad, that, isn't it? That the pipe news to you while you was waiting for a plane or a bus.
They just recently took CNN out of the airports because people complained that it sucked.
You know what we have at our bus stops? Piss.
25. Have you ever seen CNN? If you've watched CNN for 15 minutes, you got it. Because all CNN does is continually repeat.
Oh, yeah. Seen enough of it to
And tell you what you want to hear and then take it to the other extreme. And whether they tell the truth or not, I don't know.
Listen, that's what every news station does. It's all the same shit. They're making you argue over one news station, saying one's better. It's bullshit. They're making you choose a news station. You know, it's all a game. It's all a fucking game.
All clowns.
In UK, they completely control the media. Bang on everything. Boom, boom, boom.
Listen, there's nothing that comes through those screens that they don't want you to see.
Exactly.
Hazy says it best. They program and they do everything what they want you to see. They don't tell you the truth. They tell you what you want to see.
Yeah, they're all fucking clowns.
Whatever station it is.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. They're all full of shit. They're all clowns.
Well,
to me,
to file BBC and fucking Sky don't know what's going on news.
well, what,
Yeah,
what you guys fail to understand what CNN stands for is Clown News Network.
Because that term, the clown.
That explains it.
And that's the way I feel, because they ain't told the truth. And
I haven't seen a news feed from CNN and since December, because that's when the COVID shot came out. There was one. I watched a news story that was done on CNN about the shot when they first.
Have you had your vaccine yet, David?
I'm like the last person I know to get one. They were giving them out at work, and I wasn't at work the day they went around asking people if they wanted, so they don't have enough. So my boss checked in on it, and she said I could go to Walgreens and get a vaccine, but Walgreens said there are no appointments, so I can get them through my health provider, my doctor's office. So I filled out a form with the doctor's office, and they're going to email me when there's an appointment available. So I'm like the last person I know to get a shot. And I just missed out on it because I wasn't at work.
I had to fill out a form as well.
Huh?
Look at Johnny. He's like, fuck that. And you had to fill out a form.
Well, it's online. It was a questionnaire. It was a questionnaire. And they would email me.
oh man, come on.
I can't get my fucking head around people having it. I just can't. They whack together some bullshit that's making people fucking ill, and everybody's going.
Or you call Walgreens and they say,
no way.
You call Walgreens and they just say, we have no appointments available.
Don't have the AstraZeneca one.
Call You keep calling every day until they have an appointment.
As freaky as it sounds, you're better off with Pfizer one.
Yeah, I don't know who's going to get what Walgreens use.
Yeah, AstraZeneca one's really bad. People having bloody brain images and all that.
Nancy and I both got the shot.
Look at his back.
The first one. Nancy's due to get her second one next Friday. I'm due to get my second one. Not this Wednesday, but a week from Wednesday.
So I've decided, good luck to you all, but I won't be.
When will you be having the testicles removed from under your armpits?
Hazy, I had the undesirable urge to sit there and play Chinese checkers. I don't know why.
Yeah, Tom, if your phone starts acting up in 6 months, it's because you've switched to 5G without your
like a fucking Japanese sniper.
It's because your phone has COVID. That's why.
No, it's because you were switched to 5G without asking.
Listen, this 5G, I've got 5G on my phone, and I thought it was working. And when I do a speed test, it's shit. But the 5G tower around the corner from me haven't even been switched on yet.
Oh,
Yep.
That should sort your radiation out.
Yeah, that's probably going to put some hairs on my fucking
Yeah.
That's
hand
why
in my
I
hand.
said as a teenager, I'm glad I didn't have one.
It'll make a good street light when it's glowing.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any
I'm with Captain Jerk. If I had one of these when I was a kid, I'd probably be in jail too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, there's no
I know,
question of it.
Hazy, I'm with you and Captain Jerk. I know
I
I
can't even imagine what
I
shit would
really
have went
would.
down.
I really would.
I would have incriminated myself because I would have recorded something really fucking stupid. You know?
I love it when teenagers do that and they get caught. And fuck, have you got any
And
evidence?
they act surprised.
Be right back, guys.
Okay.
That was before my time. I use it to
Know you watch my public streaming.
You know, I
Can you
have people that prefer to be texts. They like to do the text, which is okay, I guess. But I
No,
do
it's not.
text because some people they don't want to be called. They want to text.
Yeah, but I'm not that. Don't text me because you won't get a
No,
reply.
I've noticed.
I
I
don't
sent
reply.
you a
I hate
picture
it.
of robots earlier on Hangouts.
Yeah, I know. I'll get to it. I'll one day I'll say, okay, yeah, Johnny messaged me. I'll fucking have a look at that. Because I just hate, just fucking call me. If you want to talk to me, call me. Just press
Right,
the fucking button and I'll answer and I'll say, yo, what's up, Johnny? I fucking
You're like
typing.
me.
Come on
You're
now.
old
We live in, it's 2021. We can just look each other in the face and say, what's up?
All right, I'll bear that in mind.
Listen, Johnny,
Oh,
you can call me anytime. If I'm busy, I'm busy. If I'm not, I'll fucking spend, I spend 30 seconds talking to you.
You got time. You're like
After the beep.
you're not like
No.
a lot of these people. You actually have time to pay attention. You know.
Yeah, I'm not like some of these people who don't pay attention, like Dizzy and shit,
Huh?
I'm too busy being fucking Hollywood.
There you go.
Hazy, you're still here. Holy shit.
Hazy actually uses his brain. He actually thinks. Think? What's that?
Who are you all again, and why am I here?
This let me show you what proves I've got a brain, because I was unsure of myself, to be honest. And in fact, I looked at this earlier and I thought, holy shit, I fucking made that, didn't I? This is fucking, this blows my mind. When I look at this and play it, and it's fucking beautiful, it blows my mind that I made it. Like, look at it. Come on now.
Makes you wonder how wanker like you made it, right?
How the fuck did I pull that off? How did I pull that off? Look at it.
You couldn't just say, oh yes, that's nice.
Look, have a look at the neck joint. Look at the neck joint. Look how perfect that is. Look at it.
Practice.
That is really good.
Taken them for quite a while.
It's
now.
unbelievable. I swear to God, it's fucking ridiculous.
So, when you're not playing it like that, are you cutting your vegetables on the back of it?
Yeah, this used to be somebody's kitchen. This
You
used
know
to be
what?
somebody's
My new
kitchen
apartment.
table.
Guess what they're going to put in my new apartment?
Is it? Have you ever thought of actually taking one of your guitars into a guitar shop?
They're going to make my
So,
counter.
Hazy,
Listen, I already have.
Hazy, do you call that one the butcher block?
Listen, this is the first proper guitar I've ever built. So the
You should call it the butcher block.
What?
You should call it the butcher block.
Is that made out of that?
It wasn't a butcher block. It was somebody's actual kitchen.
Yes, but that's
You know
not
what,
the point.
Hazy? They're putting that. They're putting that in.
Guitar.
Hazy.
The butcher block, hold it, everybody. Wasn't the butcher block the YouTube guitar?
1 minute.
That was what? Yeah, that was two. Actually, that was two chopping boards from IKEA.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, the apartment that they're making for me, guess what the kitchen counters are made out of? Butcher block. That's what they're
There you
using.
go.
You didn't give me a chance to fucking guess.
And just to think, 20 years from now, they'll be taking those out and throwing them in the trash. And I'm going to send them to Hazy Day so he can make a guitar out of them.
In 20 years, I will make no guitars.
David, you'll be in a nursing home in 20 years, David.
I remember, I'll be saying to people, I remember YouTube, Captain Jerk, and
But your block counters will make it.
I'll be underneath a headstone in 20 years, or in an urn on a shelf, I should say.
Yeah, in a skull.
I'll be in a fucking urn in 20 years. I don't give a fuck.
Well,
you're gonna be.
I plan on being very much.
In 20 years, I don't know where I'll be, but hey.
Captain, you're gonna be that crusty son of a bitch with tube coming out.
Tom, in 20 years, you're still gonna be trying to finish that fucking cat. In 20 years.
Well, in 20 years, you will not need a car. You will not.
He's going to own this.
Roads? Where are we going? We don't need roads.
Yeah, Tom, in 20 years, Tom, you're going to be trying to figure out where to stick the flux capacitor in your car.
Already got a spot. Already got a spot. Don't worry about it.
I even like the Wild West one, me as well.
Wow.
I like them all. It's the best film ever.
Oh, yeah.
The first one is the one, though, you know.
When it comes to Dave, when it comes to you saying we won't even need a car, I'm gonna tell you like I told Walt Disney 30 years ago. Bullshit.
I think they made a proper effort with the lessons, don't you?
They were talking about the demise of the 60s, and look, we still have it.
Yeah. We can't even make a proper electric car, and you want us making flying cars? Yeah, good luck on that.
His boy Elroy.
Well, we've actually made them. They're called drones.
They were.
Yeah.
We actually made flying cars a long time ago. They're called airplanes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, you talking about flying cars, they already have them in Dubai. You can go and you can fly around the city in them. Still, that's their taxi, flying drones.
His wife.
That's in Dubai.
I could have went to Dubai. I could have went to Dubai last year.
Oh, you should.
Kate didn't want to go. My uncle lives there.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Your uncle lives in Dubai?
Yeah, well, he actually is in Abu Dhabi, which is right next to Dubai.
Right. It's the outskirts.
Did you know that it's illegal to be in debt in Dubai?
It's illegal to be in debt?
It's illegal to be in debt in Dubai. They'll take you to jail.
Who will they take to jail? The person that's in debt or the person that put the person in debt?
The person that's in debt is immediately if you don't freaking settle your freaking if you don't have a zero balance within a certain freaking period of time.
Oh yeah.
Jail. That's why. Hold on. Listen. If you look around Dubai, there's a video on this on YouTube of Dubai abandoned supercars. You can find them all over the place, and they're all covered with dust, and nobody touches them. And you know why? Because they leave them there. They leave them there as an example to others. They're freaking like, if you don't pay your fucking bills, this will be you. Your supercar will be on the side of the road, abandoned.
Yeah, but let me tell you a little secret. Some of them cars are sitting on the side of the road for one reason only, because the fucker broke down or run out of gas, and they got pissed off and left it.
Nope.
Oh yeah, I've been there.
It's because they're freaking in debt and they're set as an example. Pay
that's not
your bills.
That's not all. Mike Tyson would leave a fucking Rolls Royce and just leave it because he don't know where he parked it.
Does it count if you your Cadillac?
Well, after a few sandstorms, you ain't gonna know where
there's so much money that you've got shit-faced. You left your Rolls Royce somewhere. You don't know where, and you think, fuck it, I'll buy another one.
Yeah, pretty much.
It'd be mad to be that rich.
Now let me go and feed my tiger.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, most of the people that live in Dubai, I'm talking about the natives of Dubai, they get a percentage check from all the oil. Okay.
I haven't seen my third husband for a while, but my cat's doing well.
How many husbands you got, Johnny?
No, if you're that rich, to be that rich.
Oh yeah.
A few husbands.
I'm saying there's different levels of richness there, depending on how.
Listen, if you live in Dubai and you're not a slave, you're rich.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, wait, hold it, wait. Hey, you said the S word slave. If you got Dubai citizens and then slaves in Dubai.
Yeah, you still have slaves up there. Yeah.
There's still slavery in a lot of parts of the world.
Listen,
our media doesn't report on it because they don't want us to know about it. like Africa.
Listen,
Africa never gave up chattel slavery. We did.
listen, there's slavery in Cardiff. I actually know people who went to jail probably 5-6 years ago now for imprisoning somebody as a slave. Irish,
I heard of that.
Irish family. And I knew the guy. I used to see him in the pub. He was a
I'm not
loner. He
kidding.
had nothing. They took him
You
under
know
his
what?
wing,
I believe
started
that.
working
Well,
for him, and then what they
True. Yeah.
they give him
Did
the
they find
bare
him on the
essential.
gypsy site?
What?
Did they find him on the gypsy site where they've been using him as a slave?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, from Trowbridge, from where I used to live before I moved here.
Yeah.
I believe that's true, Hazy. I believe you that
It is true. But listen, believe if I say it, it's true. Unless I'm having
It's
a laugh.
true. I know it's true.
But if I'm saying it's true, it's true.
You met the person.
You know it's true. I've just
I'm
confirmed.
saying it's true.
I feel like I'm in the sixth group. In one of those
Listen,
six.
don't touch it.
It was on the internet, damn it. It was true.
Oh shit!
Well, if I did see it on the
That might be
internet,
the funniest thing you've ever said, Hazy.
what was it? What did I say? What did I say?
No.
You said it. It's true.
Oh yeah.
If I say it, it's true.
What about slavery?
Oh
Now,
shit!
wait, hold, let me get this. Hey,
Let
you
them break
said
the ice.
that it must be true. Is that the expression?
Listen, you can fucking send that to the bank. If I said it, it's true.
Hey, Hazy, Hazy, there's your political campaign speech. If I
All right,
say
so,
it's true.
so Hazy, I'm gonna need you to give me tomorrow's lottery numbers. Come on.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean I'm fucking psychic. What do you mean? All it means is what I'm saying. When I tell you something, this
Hey,
is what I
you
mean.
give that jerk the lottery.
Yeah, I'm all twisted. I mean, I'm not a fucking fortune
Move
teller.
on, give it to my neighbor.
All I'm saying is when I
shit.
speak, when I tell you something, it's true. I'm not like making up a story. You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes I do.
I was trying
Sometimes I
to
do make up a story.
So, hey,
So when
you
I
are
say
the
like,
right
something nice and make a
voice
compliment.
for the truth.
listen, if you can't decipher from when I'm fucking around and when I'm being serious, then that's your problem.
So
Well, Hazy, if you want to win the lottery, you got to do one. I mean, Justin, if you want to win the lottery, you got to do one thing. And what do you think that is?
You gotta play the lottery, David. You gotta play the lottery.
David, I can honestly say I ain't got a fucking clue what you're on about.
what you on about, bro?
Lottery buy a ticket.
What are you on about, bro?
Tom,
Listen, I
I got
can't find my monobro t-shirt, bro t-shirt. Did I give it to anybody? Remember
No.
I done the Sesame Street
No.
dude saying what
Yeah.
monobro?
Yeah.
I don't know where it is.
Later, everybody. I got to run, Tom. Thanks for having me up, man.
You're like, I'm
Later.
Anthony,
Thank you for showing up. Thank you.
Get ready to go.
later, Ant.
Later.
Come on. I think
watch
we're
out
gonna
for
get
that
ready
trend.
to go. So, anybody else got anything to say?
What do you mean?
We're gonna go. We're gonna end the show.
My balls itch.
Oh well.
Peace out,
Maybe
bitches.
scratch them.
Oh, I got
I'm
something
still
to
alive.
say. I got something to
Hey,
say if anyone's still watching. Me, Dizzy, and Brian have started a new channel, and we're doing this fucking ridiculous thing. It's fucking retarded. But
I'm a
listen,
subscriber.
we're on a train wreck. We're a train wreck at the moment, but we're gonna get our shit together. It's funny because listen, this is it. What we're trying to put across at the moment, we're all being fucking retarded, and it's not coming across what we want. But yeah, we're gonna work on it. It's fucking.
All right.
We're gonna work on it.
Hey, stay on when I end the show. Please stay on. I got to talk to you. All right, everybody. I want to thank everybody from Johnny Five to David Collins to Hazy Days to Captain Jur,
Peace, bitches.
and we're gonna mosey on now. Gemma, I'm sorry you couldn't come up, girl. So everything I want to say. Good night.